Hi, good morning. It is Saturday, April the 18th, 2020. Um, my name is Angela Raincatcher. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. Uh, yeah, so it's, I don't know how many weeks are we into this, um, but we're going to be reading chapter 22 of Comfortable with Uncertainty, which means we have been under shelter at home conditions for over 22 days because I did not start this the first day I was here, and I know there's been a couple days that I've missed. So, yeah, fun times. Anyway, this morning I got up. I actually put real clothes on. Put my jeans on instead of just wearing my pajamas all day. And I'm on my second cup of tea, made some breakfast. Thank you, Kat. Um, so yeah, ooh, that's not a good angle. Anyway, obviously it's a little too early for this for me, and I might be a little slap happy, but we'll see. We're going to read, like I said, chapter 22, which is called Nothing Solid. The book that we're reading together is Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. And so, why don't we jump right on in? Moving away from our experience, moving away from the present moment with all our habits and strategies, always adds up to restlessness, dissatisfaction, unhappiness. The comfort that we associate with concretizing and making things solid is so transitory and so short-lived. Moving into our experience, whether it's the opening experience of love and compassion, or the closing down experience of resentment and separation, brings us an enormous sense of freedom, the freedom solid. Something about nothing solid begins to eat them. In the meantime, we discover that we would rather feel fully present to our lives than be off trying to make everything solid and secure by engaging our fantasies or our addictive patterns. We realize that connecting with our experience by meeting it feels better than resisting it by moving away. Being on the spot, even if it hurts, is preferable to avoiding. As we practice moving into the present moment this way, we become more familiar with groundlessness, a fresh state of being that is available to us on an ongoing basis. This moving away from comfort and security, this stepping out into what is unknown, uncharted, and shaky, that's called liberation. These are short chapters. um, there was something in here, and now I want to come back and find it, but there was, oh, that's right. You know, one of the things that I have found vulnerable, but also really liberating in all of this is really being upfront about how I'm doing in the moment and being honest about that, especially with the people that I work with. I'm one of the lucky folks who is able to keep their job and telework, and pretty much everything that I do, I can do on a computer at home. But it doesn't mean I've been as productive as you would think, or as I would want to be, or as perhaps I was before all this pandemic stuff happened. And a large part of that is because I do struggle with depression and anxiety, and I go to therapy every other week, and I am on antidepressant anxiety medication. And there used to be a time when I was really, embarrassed by that, and ashamed about it. And then I was like, fuck, that doesn't do me any good, because I'm not getting any treatment and it's just getting worse. So, um, but I didn't talk about it. I still didn't talk about it. But there's been a couple times where, we've been like looking at productivity and schedules at work, and I just have to say, look, guys, I'm not up to speed because, you know, my depression's been really bad the last couple of days. And I haven't been able to give, my focus to the type of, mental focus that I have to have for the work that I do, which is, is creative writing and research. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, even though that's uncomfortable, and even though probably some people don't want to hear that, I found that by being present and honest with my emotions and with where I am, um, um, and that's, yeah, that's, I think, the message that I'm going to take from today is that, you know, um, we all have different levels of different levels of being able to deal with um, the discomfort in our lives and the awful things in our lives. And discomfort's like a mild word, I know, for what a lot of people experience when being present with their emotions, because we've got a lot of people, um, who have experienced trauma in their lives. And so the ability to be able to be with that trauma may not be there. And so with all of these, teachings from the book, everything that Pima Chodron's talking about, I'm just always going to overlay that with, giving yourself the gift of loving kindness. Like, if you can be there for like a minute or 30 seconds or even just 5 seconds of looking at it before you have to back the fuck off, then, don't beat yourself up. Just back off. Do what you need to do, to not go down that rabbit hole. But if you are able to, you know, be with whatever you're feeling in the moment, if you're able to step out into that unknown place and really engage with your life the way it is, um, and work through that, um, I don't know. I mean, for me, I've always found that when I'm able to do that, things tend to get better for me in that I'm able to deal with things better. But, there have been times in my life where I couldn't. And, and I just want to, let everybody know that where you are is where you are. Where you are is still, you are still worthy. You are still loved and lovable. And you're doing okay. Even when you're not doing okay. Um, I'm about to make myself cry. Uh, so I think I'll end there and just, again say, I love you and I see you and I'm here for you. And I hope that you're able to find some measure of peace in this time. And, if you have any comments or you want to continue the conversation, please feel free to comment. Respond to comments. I'd love to carry on the conversation. If you need to reach out, you just feel like you need somebody to talk to, feel free to comment or PM me. I'm able to respond back, or even just listen if you need to shout out to the void and you want to know that there's at least one person who like got it. Feel free to, like I said, comment or PM me. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace and blessed be.